Was abusing our existing legislation.
Amongst other abuses is the claim
was repeatedly abused.
Why disabuse yourself?
Into abusing children, you did.
Ask him if he abuses himself now that she's gone.
Cure this great breach in his abused.
Never mind the abuse, you have the excuse.
Man, where's your empathy, brother? It's
smuggled, abused.
It contains many concerning allegations of mental and physical abuse.
The most horrible abuse.
Not much in the way of feelings or abuse.
We didn't want to create an injustice simply because Mr. Gandhi was abusing our existing legislation.
Just one moment, sir, please.
many troublesome issues between us which call for a reckoning. Amongst other abuses is the claim you make of judging your clergy accused of civil crime.
Captive for 2 years. I was repeatedly abused by him. During that time,
It was nominated for an award, but, you know, who cares? Why disabuse yourself?
What?
I don't want to make you angry.
Dangerous business. People don't look too kindly. All right, take it easy. I ain't into abusing children, you dig? Kid's still a baby. He ain't never gonna know. If he was 4...
Ask him if he abuses himself now that she's gone. Does he masturbate on those lonely nights?
For God's sake! Kind gods, cure this great breach in his abused nature. The untuned...
Never mind the abuse, you have the excuse, you went to Covent Garden.
Hey, man, I'm a speed freak, jacking methamphetamine again.
Oh, man, where's your empathy, brother? It's a substance abuse
Empathy
problem.
was yesterday. Today, you're wasting my motherfucker.
Sold on the black market, crammed into cargo containers, smuggled, abused.
His very expressive hand.
The seal on the box worries.
Safe.
Amy, we found her diary. It contains many concerning allegations of mental and physical abuse.
Whoa, it's the ugly truth.
From the minute this came out in gym class, he suffered the most horrible abuse. I can't describe to you what this kid went through.
It was a pretty good march today. Not much in the way of feelings or abuse. Hardly any petrol bombs or swastikas. Is it me or...
I would never hit a teacher. They don't get paid enough for that abuse. She's a psychologist.
Are you freaking mental?
Glad to do so. Please do. You have used, without my authority, substantial sums from the Joint Chiefs Contingency Fund.
Hey, I'm not antagonizing. I'm intriguing him.
You're yelling abuse at these poor slaves?
I recall a man who had...
They couldn't keep him down. But all that drinking and drug abuse, they wouldn't let him work. He sat there and he was trying...
Hans Bakovic was a terrorist. He abused that trust we place in filmmakers. He didn't want to hurt his audience. He wanted to destroy them completely.
Holy shit, dude! My fellow Americans, our neighbor to the north has abused us for the last time.
I have a plan.
Canadians want to fight us because we...
Talk don't bother me. I've been abused.
I haven't been late.
Thank you. All of the defendants claim that they were subjected to physical and mental abuse while under police custody.
They were never... Hollow point through that fuckhead's face. That kid was abused. You can tell, you can always tell.
We have rules. You are not the judge.
And 10 parties of legal guardians have complained that their children were physically abused by this man. I assume you acted in self-defense.
Themselves a good life, and they're gonna come back in, they're gonna claim they were abused or something.
Well, now I'd hate to have to send a whole bunch of federal marshals.
Who was sexually abused, Harley?
Decaf.
Whoa, as long as you don't switch me.
No, baby, that would be child abuse. Hey, did you see this?
Let me ask you one more time, General Lutong. Will you take responsibility for the human rights abuses perpetrated by your own government?
He's on the rack tight.
Talked about event in television history.
They were sexually abused as children, Dr. Reingold.
Will be written.
I can't imagine. I don't think I...
Since he was 6 years old. And you've made some pretty serious allegations of sexual abuse.
That's all bollocks.
Well, I just made all that shit. Fucker said that shit. Never had to pick up itty bitty pieces of skull on account of your dumb ass.
I got a threshold, Jules. I got a threshold for the abuse that I will take. Now, right now, I'm a fucking race car, right? And you got me.
Your Honor.
For your sake.
Yes, sir. Mr. Ferguson, was there ever any sexual abuse at the Wilkinson home for boys?
Start with our street. Police abuse, rent control, pot, parks, seniors issues.
Good luck with all that. Good luck.
One of that team's longtime coaches is unfolding and quickly, charged with abusing several boys in a program he'd started. Former coach Jerry Sandusky, once heir apparent of the legend.
Tell me, Boris, you got a little babushka back in Moscow? Of course you do. Never ceases.
What likelihood? The more's abused by some most villainous knave, some base, notorious knave, some scurvy fellow.
Have you called all the plants?
Yeah, I called all the plants, and just so you know, they all gave me dog's abuse for checking.
Excellent. And they have the trucks lined up and the mixes in?
Yes.
Where did you get the idea that strapping on an armband and a sidearm entitles you to abuse a prisoner? They teach you that in the Navy?
I'm from the Confidential Committee on Moral Abuses.
Committee of Moral... Doing work that's important and giving to other people.
That's enough.
No, I've taken your abuse because I told myself you were worth it, that the work was worth it. But God...
And do bad things.
Did he ever abuse you?
At first...
Grandfather abuse! Grandfather abuse! No!
He takes a cut of our earnings and invests it for us. Doesn't let us use narcotics, and he doesn't abuse us. Can your policeman's mentality grasp those contradictions?
I like him enough to batter you unrecognizable if you verbally abuse him or so much as touch that dog again.
No one can help me. I have abused your kindness. You gave me...
Do you really want to impugn this testimony, Mr. LeBlanc?
Okay, Mr. Ramsey, but if there was abuse, where's the evidence, sir? A police report? Anything, Your Honor?
I have...
Be a leader and don't ever abuse the privilege of family with me again. Mr. Kaufman.
I'm unconscious. It's mine. I may abuse it any way I wish without having to confess what's in it.
Ain't nothing left to break. I've been abusing my body for a better part of 4 decades. If I'm gonna...
After she disappears, he profiles too. Domestic abuser, all that. And I can't find enough for the DA to file.
Self-medication and early head trauma, leading to narcotics abuse and overdose.
You're not her shrink, Bennett.
In this publicity spree of yours, I might have been willing to sit back and take a certain amount of abuse, simply because, well, I am only a private citizen.
Saving your presence, Mom.
Be not afraid of abusing the Jacobins on my account, Judge. They guillotine my husband.
Oh, savages.
Paid for. None of the French upbraided or abused in disdainful language. For when lenity and cruelty...
We're brilliant engineers, and we didn't even have to employ abused labor.
A lot of times, in a domestic abuse situation, the young woman is afraid to speak out.